Hello and welcome to the latest video, which is the Authortube work in progress tag. Been here a little while. I know I've been caught up with a lot of different bits with unboxings and haul bits we've got. Everything just seems to have come all at once. I will be getting onto bits as well, so other bits as well about the author bits, but it is all part of what we are, who we are, and what we like. So I thought it's about time, in a little while, let you know what I'm currently working on. So what better tag, what better thing to do than go for a tag for it. There are 10 questions in this, and we'll start and go through them all. It's the first one. What's the working title of your book? The working title of my book is currently Project Shorehaven. Doesn't give much away on it. Basically, it's the town that it's set in, and Shorehaven is a mix of the town I grew up in and where I live now. Number 2, where did the idea of your book come from? Well, strange enough, it started off as a paranormal romance. Then as things went on, they changed, they warped. It got more and more warped, and it's just gone on from there. It's absolutely nothing like it was to start off with, what the initial idea was. This is a good thing though, because the initial idea was pretty basic and pretty well used. Number 3, what genre is your work in progress? Currently, I'm saying that it's a dark urban fantasy. That seems to encapsulate the whole lot of it. It could change. It could very well change. It could become more thriller. It could become more horror. Who knows? As it's getting darker and more warped as it's going along, it's possibly going to go along the lines more of those other two. But then again, dark fantasy is pretty dark anyway. So urban dark fantasy we're going with at the moment. Number 4, choose actors for your movie rendition. I don't really know a lot on this. Have a look around, see some people. Now, I'm in the UK, so there's a good chance that if you're not, you may not have heard of these people. Well, main character, Michelle Ryan. She encapsulates everything that I imagined a character to be, and she's been good in different things I've seen her actor in. She was in EastEnders, was one of the Slaters. Her biggest bit that I know of, she was the lead character Jamie Summers in The $1 Million Woman. For a secondary character, her best friend, Sophie Turner, who was in the X-Men films, or the more recent X-Men films, as Jean Grey, and as Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones. The love interest is Jason Momoa. Not to give a particular sort of look of him, there was I believe it was last year, could have been the start of the year before. I think it came out last year. He did a video for Little Green Men, which is an Ozzy Osbourne song, which he played Ozzy. That sort of look, if you've seen that. The local annoying detective is Mark Strong, who was previously in Kingsman films as Merlin. He also played Dr. Savannah, the bad guy, in Shazam. And the next main character we've got is the shop owner, or witch that helps the main character with his Aisha Taylor. She looks just as I imagine this character to look. She's been in many things, from CSI to Criminal Minds, the Santa Claus, where she played Mother Earth. Number 5, A one-sentence synopsis of your book. No. I'll give you a two-sentence. Which is an invalided detective suffering from PTSD moves back to her childhood town where strange things start to happen to her. She's about to find out that the world she knew isn't quite what she thought it was. Number 6. Will your book be self-published or traditionally published? I'd love to say that I'd like to have it traditionally published, because I mean it's the dream, isn't it? But as it's going on, it's currently seeming like it would be a series of 4 books, possibly 5. In which case, then independent publishing is better, because the biggest problem you hear with having a traditionally published book is if it doesn't sell well, or if they don't like it enough, the rest won't come out. So the only way you can actually guarantee them getting them all out would be indie publishing. Number 7. How long did it take you to finish your first draft? I haven't yet. It's taken me a couple of years so far. I keep reworking the start. I wasn't happy with the start, how it went, how it followed on from the beginning. I'm quite happy now, and as it's going so far, it's seeming good. But I haven't finished the first draft yet. We'll be getting there. I'm hoping to finish the first draft by about halfway through the year. But as I've currently rewritten the start in 7 or 8 times, it's taken quite a lot into it. But it's all good, because the starting is much better now, much more concise, informed, interesting. Most importantly, interesting is the important bit. And only been doing this current one since I started in November, but didn't have a lot of oomph to go along with it. It's partially why we're doing this bit anyway, or partially why I'm putting this author bit into it as well, because it gives something as an incentive to actually push through. So as last year, everyone knows what went on, and I just didn't have any incentive to do anything. I sit at home, I look after my wife, because Debbie's not well, she suffers with disabilities, so I'm a full-time carer, and I just didn't have an incentive to do anything. There was just, because you couldn't go out, you couldn't see people, you couldn't do things, there was nothing pushing you to do anything. So this is the bit I'm going to push forward and do things, and it will go. Alright, what other books would you compare to this story to? The first half, which you could say, like the coming of age witch story, has been done a lot of times. Under no misconception there, it's been done a lot, but it's not that bit that's actually going on it. That's part of it. The other part of the storyline with she suffered torture at the hands of someone she was trying to catch as a police officer, which has left her suffering with PTSD from the bit, as well as disabilities, and why her life changed. It's also made her very resentful of people, very resentful of life in general, and just trying to find some sort of happiness, some sort of spark, just to make her happy living the day as it goes along. And so sort of romance, and her road from where she is to enlightenment, and along with that, and the fears of her torturer possibly returning from the grave. These are all bits that I've not seen in anything before. There could be a book with it, but I haven't read it. I haven't seen it in a film. So yeah, this is all the bits. So that part is totally different. Not seen anything on that at all. You know, so it doesn't mean that it's unique. It just means that I haven't seen it or read it. 9. Who or what inspired you to write a book? A friend of mine, Ian Lasky, he's got a few books out on Kindle from Amazon, and I saw them on there. I had to look into it because I used to sell stuff on, used to sell bits on Amazon, and it was just another part of looking on it. And so you can actually sell bits on there, because I mean, I'm not young now. I'm 47. When I left school, there was none of this that like you could self-publish, because it just didn't happen. You had no hope in hell of being able to do it. If you got a deal, you're really bloody lucky. And I was like, when I left school in 1990, when there was no internet, so there was nothing around like there is now to make it available for you. There were no ebooks, nothing. But when I saw that he'd made some, it's like it gave me the idea, because when I used to write some bits when I was a kid. I was at school. I used to write short stories. I've written some short stories. I've written there's Choose Your Own Adventure. I did a couple of Choose Your Own Adventure books just for myself. It used to be quite popular. You flip through to different numbers, different paragraph numbers and bits like that. They would continue the story to how you actually did it, like a role-playing game, just for a book. Later on, I wrote some poems, but it's nothing that I've ever said lie down here, because just don't. But it's so that was about it. Got my the poems just got my bit of creativity out, just to be able to do something like that. When I saw on there you could actually do this, it was like, I might look into it more. And that's when I first started looking into bits, and obviously YouTube, because I my Google, saw that I'd been looking at these bits, and they started offering me videos to watch. So I started offering video to watch, started looking at that. Here we are now. And number 10. What else about the book may pique the reader's interest? I would say it was a story of love, magic, pain, terror, in a world you always wished existed. Unfortunately, the fantasy of the idea is always much nicer than the reality. And that's it. If you'd like to be tagged in it, please find yourself tagged. I hope you enjoyed this. Give you some sort of idea on what I'm working on at the moment. That's just the main one I've got. I've got ideas galore, you know, but I'm trying to keep the pretty shiny ideas away. That's why every now and again I'll just write down a couple of pages worth of some new stuff and leave it, because I want to keep this one going, and I want to keep the pretty ideas away, the new sparkly idea. So if you enjoyed this, give us a like, want to subscribe, click the little bell icon. We put videos up 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, doing a mix of all different things. So if you fancy that, well, give us a subscribe, and until next time, have a good one.